Primary African Minerals shareholders have had a fantastic start to their morning. It has popped over 50% based on an RNS that has come out. The RNS we're going to go through today, but in summary, we have went from commissioning stage to optimization. They now have sellable product, and we're going to talk about exactly what this means for you as a shareholder. Welcome back everyone to Buy Wholesale. I hope of course you're all well. Let's have a look at the RNS then. We can start it off with, came out this morning, 20th of August, and we can see here the second phase of the OEM plant test run has now been completed with positive outcomes to the extent that the plant is now able to run continuously as intended and is now commissioned such that all plant components operate and are integrated and automated to support the ongoing optimization necessary to continuously meet sellable concentrate grade. Both the OEM and Zulu are satisfied with the significant progress made. This is brilliant news. It has been long time coming, and the RNS went on to then say sellable concentrate requires spodumene concentrate with more than 5%. The plant is Zulu has achieved sellable concentrate on numerous occasions with grades up to 6.2. 6.2 is the gold standard. Anything above 5 is sellable, remember that. And the result of ongoing optimization is expected to be that this is achieved consistently. While the operations of the primary flotation plant will involve ongoing optimization as would normally be expected with any producing plant, we are now reassured that the process has moved from commissioning phase to that of refining and optimization phase as we now look forward to the growth and operational chapter of Zulu. This is the chapter that we thought we were getting 18 months ago. It's taken so fucking long, but we are finally there. It looks to be there is light at the end of this very dark and long tunnel. The second flotation plant, after review of the performance of the test run and the fact that some operating parameters have changed since the test work done last year on the secondary flotation plant, the board have elected to postpone this purchase to allow our newly appointed managing director Graham Hill to fully assess the rationale and benefits of proceeding with this. So effectively, we've got something that's working. Let's get that pumping out to get the good stuff for a while, I guess, and they're just going to hold fire on it, and that seems all right. We're growing and scaling up to something that we haven't even got the first one producing, so I guess that's fine, and hopefully it would mean for shareholders that potentially we can start selling some stuff and fund the next round of monies that are going to be required to get that flotation plant running correctly. I guess that's what they're probably assuming, but we'll know more when Graham Hill takes a look at it. Now, the prepayment and offtake agreement, this is what we're talking about. Previously, CanMax, what the deal looks like, potentially with Glencore. They give us a bit of an update here. So the prepayment and offtake agreement on the 23rd of April 2025, the company announced that a non-binding letter of interest had been concluded. The large trading house concerned has now conducted a second visit and has confirmed that the minimum requirements for their purchase of spodumene is sellable concentrate. Further updates will follow. George Roach, still in the helm. We are pleased with the progress made so far and remain focused on advancing Zulu from its current early stage to the diversified industrial minerals producer we believe it can become. The recent rise in spodumene prices is encouraging, and we'll talk about that in a moment, with the potential to transition Zulu from its current position to sustained profitability, which is exactly what we want. Achieving full optimization and settling outstanding debt will involve securing additional funding and continuing to apply strong strategic management. So there is something there that jumps straight out at you if you're a shareholder. Settling the outstanding debt will involve additional funding. Now, where we're going to get that from, it's not necessarily it's going to be further dilution. There could be other possibilities there now that we've got sellable goods. We'll have to wait and see. In this regard, negotiations outlining the letter of intent will be important and pivotal. These are expected to commence in the immediate future, and we will update accordingly. We also have a bit of an update on Infotech involvement. They went on to say Zulu was originally under the engagement of the director of Stark. God, that feels like a long time ago now. Following Zulu's engineering team taking over as operator of the Zulu plant, Infotech agreed to provide such support as requested by Zulu as may be required in the continuing optimization, remedy and improvement of the Stark design plant. So effectively, Georgie is blamed Stark for the issues. They have got stepped in, they've got these guys involved, and they're still going to have to focus on improving the design plant that Stark made. And just to add here, in Protect have reviewed and approved this release to the extent that the reference is made that the Zulu plant has now moved from commissioning phase to that of refining and optimization phase. This is a huge step. This is a final, we've been trying to take this step for a long time, and it has finally happened. So shareholders should take a deep breath and be excited about this. In my opinion, I'm happy with this. It's a step in the right direction. There is absolutely no doubt about that. We are further forward than we have been in a very, very long time. And if we look at the share price, we can see here this huge, big, sexy, and I do emphasize the word sexy, green candlestick on the day chart. And for the first time, this potentially, if it can close above, and we'll wait and see if it can close above and push on. The last time we were officially in a bull run was going back to May 23, so you're talking like 2 years ago, and that was on a downwards turn. The last time we broke out of it was way back here in March 21. It's been incredible, the ride that we have seen, but effectively once we broke this in July 23, we've been in a bear market. So if we actually zoom in on this now, try not to get too excited about it, because we did have these spikes that broke us above it, and we fell back down. But this feels a bit different. Fundamentally, this definitely feels a bit different. And we can see here, if we look at the MACD, it's starting to cross over, potentially showing good strength to the upside. We can see the RSI hasn't went to crazy overbought territory. Today's pump has pushed it to that direction, but we're not there yet. And we're really looking at this green candlestick, and we can see on the open, at one stage, the stock was up about 96% in a day. That is incredible. It hit 0.05 for a brief second. I know people had orders executed that didn't go through. It was tough, especially as we know AIM stocks are very hard to get in and out. That was a very quick boom boom. But on the 1 hour chart, we can see here, we've pumped hard, we've sustained this sideways motion, and that's encouraging. And we'll be keeping a close eye on PREM share price over the coming days, 2 weeks. Obviously there's a share raise potentially that could come in, but I don't feel like that's going to be in the near future. I'm hoping that we can get a nice rise from this here, and maybe get to a different level, a new high. We'll see. What's partly feeding into this here is the fact that we're now at 951. Now it has seen a drop. We can see that we were at about 980, I think was the highest I've seen the spodumene prices be. Don't forget that these prices mean that we have sellable goods that will make us profit, and it's very encouraging. Finally, things are starting going in the right direction, and we'll be keeping a close eye on all these things. As long as the spodumene prices can get above 1,000, sort of stay maintained there, go higher ideally, but if they can at least stay around those levels, this is all good. Very, very good for Kodal and PREM, both African miners that we're invested in. This is good. This is all finally positive. It definitely feels like the worst is over, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to jinx it by saying that. Now let's talk about my sort of position on it. I've been covering it for a while now. I haven't bought any Premier African mineral shares in about 18 to 24 months. Main reason being, I'm balls deep in it as it is. It won't really make too much of a difference if I was to throw a few grand at this. It's not going to bring my average price down by much, and I'm still in that position. While this is good news, it's still not completely confirmed. It's still not selling things, and that's really where I want it to be. I want us to start getting money coming in. I'm a bit nervous about that potential share raise, where that's going to come from. I'm happy enough just to sit this out. 50% jump today, sorry, was great to see. Didn't really make much of a difference to my position, unfortunately, and that's just the way it is. There's a lot of optimism in the Discord. People are very happy. People made good money, and I'm delighted for everyone that has been buying dips and of getting themselves out of the wood. Fair play to everyone that's doing that. I'm just content to sit this out a wee bit. I kind of want George Roach away from the whole situation as well. Get a bit of an update from Graham Hill would be very desirable as well. And I'm happy enough, just going to sit it out, we'll see where it goes. Very happy that this is going forward. If we take a rewind, anyone that was in PREM, the last sort of 6 to 12 months, it did look like it could be curtains for PREM. That feels like that's gone. I don't want to jinx it, like as I said, but it does feel like this actually could all become good in the end. I'm going to definitely have to buy more shares to bring that price down. I think your dreams of a 1p in the near future, i.e. the next few years, is probably unlikely. So for me, I need to bring my average price down. I have two positions, the 0.4 and the 0.8 position. 0.8 was a smaller position, and that's probably the one I'm going to have to tackle first. The bigger position is 0.39 is the actual price I have. And that does seem quite a bit away. If we're only getting to 0.05 today, I have about 90% to recover, and that's going to require about a 400% rise from these levels, if not more. So yeah, it's great time. It's good optimism. My money doesn't look to be gone yet. It was a 20-30 hold, a 10-year hold. We're halfway there. We've seen the highs, we've seen the lows. Hopefully the lows are behind us. So what's your thoughts? Leave your comments down below. What's price predictions? Where do you feel if we can actually get this out the door and start making profit? Markets hold up well. The markets are looking a bit sketchy. I do feel that there's probably a lot of pain to come in the markets, across the board down the road. But I feel for the next 3-4 months, markets should hold up well. Everything should be rosy. Spodumene prices should continue to rise. I feel like we could potentially get out of the woods on this here. What's your thoughts? Leave them down below. Love to get them. If you're interested in joining Discord and all that, you can join us, get chatting, see what the people are saying. Some great information being shared by some great people in there. I feel a lot better today. Today is a very good day as a shareholder. You should feel a bit of rejoice and hopefully feeling like your potential position in PREM is justified now. Let's see what the next steps are, and I will see you all in the next video.